Tell me the truth. Why do you still ache for them? Even after all this time, even in silence, even in separation, why does your body still react when you think of them? Why do your dreams still undress them, hold them, crave them, when you haven't even heard their voice in months? Why does your soul still burn for a body that hasn't touched yours in ages? Let me guess. You've tried everything to move on. You've meditated, cried, dated other people. You've even tried to hate them, tried to forget the way they kissed your neck like they were praying with their mouth. But something in you still desires them, not just emotionally, but physically, sexually. And it confuses you. You're not addicted. You're not broken. You're not desperate. You're just deeply, spiritually connected to someone your soul doesn't know how to stop loving. You're on the twin flame journey, and you're learning the most complicated truth of all. That even when they're gone, even when you're separated by silence, distance, time, ego, or fate, your bodies still remember each other. Your energy still hungers. Your soul still wants them. Milky Way, this is not just lust, it's spiritual chemistry. Let's clear something up right away. Sexual desire in a twin flame connection isn't about horniness. It's not about fantasizing for the sake of pleasure. It's not just about their body, though yes, every part of them calls to you like a sacred poem you were born to memorize. The truth is deeper. Your sexual desire for your twin flame is an energetic pull. It's your soul remembering something your mind can't explain. It's your higher self reaching for the divine union that once was, and maybe still is. You're not just missing their touch. You're missing the sacred activation that happens when your bodies collide. The sacred fire. Why the physical is part of the divine. In twin flame union, sex isn't just sex. It's not mechanical. It's not for release. It's not a game. It's a spiritual ignition. When you and your twin flame merge physically, your energies fuse. You don't just have sex, you unlock lifetimes. You remember things. You open energetic portals you never knew existed. It's the kind of intimacy that feels holy. It leaves your body shaking, not just from climax, but from recognition. And once your soul has tasted that kind of union, it doesn't forget. Ever. But what happens in separation? When you're physically apart, that desire doesn't vanish. In fact, sometimes it intensifies. Why? Because the soul still longs for the union. The body still holds memory. And the energy exchange doesn't stop just because communication does. You might be sitting at home, minding your business, and suddenly, boom, your body reacts. Your heart flutters. Your breath catches. And you know, they're thinking of you. You feel it in your lower belly, in the heat behind your skin, in the ache between your thighs. It's not just lust. It's spiritual desire. The sexual pull is energy-based, not just emotional. Here's something most people don't understand, especially those not on the twin flame journey. Sexual energy is not just biological. It's spiritual currency. And between twin flames, it's a two-way current. It moves across timelines, across dimensions, across silence. So even if your twin flame hasn't touched you in months, even if they've ghosted you, run from you, blocked you, their energy still meets yours in sacred space. And when their soul reaches for you, especially when they're hurting, longing, or awakening, your body feels it. That random arousal, that dream so vivid it leaves you breathless in the morning, that wave of heat at 2 a.m., that's their soul whispering, I still want you. Dreams, fantasies, and astral sex. Let's go deeper. You ever have dreams so real that you swear you had sex with them in your sleep? You wake up flushed, pulsing, overwhelmed, dripping with emotion. You feel them, smell them. Your body swears they were there. That wasn't a regular dream. That was an astral visit. A merging of souls outside the body. A spiritual intimacy happening in a dimension where separation doesn't exist. And it's not uncommon. Many twin flames report astral lovemaking, energetic orgasms, or emotional downloads through sex dreams that feel too real to dismiss. It's the body and spirit finding each other, when the human selves won't. Why does this desire persist even after hurt? Now here's the question that makes people uncomfortable. Why do I still want them even after they hurt me? You've cried over them. They walked away. They said things you didn't deserve. They ran. They ghosted. They denied the connection. And yet, you still crave them. Why? Because twin flame desire isn't based on logic. It's not about how they treated you in this life. It's about how your souls contracted in many lifetimes. You desire their essence, not just their behavior. You want their soul, not just their body. And that kind of love doesn't die easily. Sacred polarity, the magnetic opposites. Most twin flame pairs are energetically polarized. One is the divine masculine energy, assertive, logical, grounded. The other is divine feminine, fluid, intuitive, emotional. This polarity creates magnetism. When separated, that energy gets stronger, not weaker. The pull becomes unbearable. The tension builds. Your root chakra starts pulsing. Your sacral chakra starts lighting up like fire. Your energy centers remember them. And in the quiet moments, at night, in meditation, during stillness, you feel the ache. What can you do with this desire? Now we arrive at the real question. What do you do with this craving? This ache? This need that doesn't seem to fade? Here's the truth. You don't need to suppress it. You don't need to shame it. You don't need to cut cords in frustration. Instead, honor it. Let that energy become creative fuel. Channel it into art, writing, dance, healing. Let your sexual energy become spiritual devotion. Masturbate with intention. Not for distraction, but for connection. Let your touch become prayer. Let your fantasy become remembrance. Use that energy to elevate, not obsess. The twin flame body memory. Even if you've only been with them once. Even if you never physically touched at all. Your body holds the memory of what their soul felt like against yours. You remember their scent. The way they breathed when they were close. The way they touched you like they were trying to memorize your shape. And that memory stays. Stored in your nervous system. Tucked in your skin. Etched in your cells. And sometimes, in moments of stillness or stress, your body calls for them. Not to be fulfilled, but to reconnect to that sacred intimacy that reminded you who you really are. Sometimes, they feel it too. Don't be surprised if, after a night of longing or dreams, you hear from them the next day. A message. A song they post. A status that speaks to your soul. Why? Because your energy reached them. Because their desire matched yours. Because twin flames don't just communicate through words, they communicate through frequency. And when the sexual longing becomes too strong, the soul can't help but respond. But, what if I never see them again? This is the part that breaks most people. What if this sexual craving, this desire, this love, never gets fulfilled? What if they never return? What if you never get to kiss them again? What if the separation lasts forever? Here's the deepest truth. Even if they never return, the connection still gave you something eternal. It awakened your sensuality. It reminded you of your divinity. It taught you how to love with your entire being. And that is not something to grieve. That is something to honor. In conclusion, you're not obsessed. You're awakened. You still crave them. You still want their body. You still desire their soul. And that's okay. That doesn't make you weak. That doesn't make you needy. That makes you human, and also divine. The sexual desire you feel is not just hormones. It's your soul remembering the ecstasy of connection. It's the divine feminine and divine masculine still dancing, even when apart. So if you're aching for them, crying out for them, touching yourself while whispering their name in silence, know this: you're not alone. They feel it too. And your bodies, your souls, are still meeting in the places that matter most. In the spirit. In the dream. In the space between worlds. This is not just desire. This is sacred fire. Let it burn you into awakening.